Hello, Stargazers, and welcome back to Dreamlight Valley. I don't know if you've finished Storybook Vale DLC yet. Part 1, Part 2 coming summer 2025. But I can't help but theorize that perhaps Merida being here was not meant to be her fate, and someone is late for a very important date. Now, we are getting Alice spring 2025 alongside Cheshire, it looks like. However, I can't help but wonder if initially she was intended for the Storybook Vale DLC. And I think this for multiple reasons. One, obviously being, she is all over this world. Literally. Not just this area with the Teapot Falls and the giant mushrooms, but also right from our arrival. I don't know if you've all noticed this, but if you go to the little ship we arrived on it you will find text. And if you examine that text, just above my head there is the word Wonderland. And that same text is on the snippets. Now that to me seems very intentional, as is a lot of the DLC. I mean, look at this place. Look how much thought has gone into the designing of each and every biome and aspect of them. It seems like a detail it'd be weird to overlook. And if they just wanted a story, they could have put, once upon a time generic storybook language on there. They could have put a fairy tale. They could have put Eugene's opening speech from Tangled on there. And that would fit. But they didn't. They put Alice in Wonderland. So she's on the snippets, she's on the balloon, she's in the world. But what about Merida? Where's Merida in this world? Because I don't really see her. She has this one tiny area, the Library of Lore, and that's about it. Out the way, could have been a last minute addition. I'm not saying it was. I'm sure a lot of time and work went into her and her storyline. But I just can't help but wonder what could have been. So, indulge me. Let's go into Wonderland. If instead of Merida, we had Alice, where would that put Eugene? Because Alice would obviously be in the Ever After. Well, I think Eugene could have been a perfect character for the Library of Lore, and for the Bind, and for that whole introduction role, because not only is he from Tangled, which is based on the fairy tale of Rapunzel, so he still fits in the world, and he still makes sense, but his role in that is as a guide. He was Rapunzel's guide, so he could have guided us through the narrative of DLC, and it would have worked and fit really nicely. Merida, they introduce she has some kind of relationship with the Lorekeeper, but aside from that, a lot of her quests are quite self-contained and not really tied into the overarching narrative. This may change in part 2, I don't know, but I definitely didn't come away from it feeling like she was a necessary part of the story they were telling. Whereas Alice, I feel like, could have fit nicely into the narratives for these areas and been a lot more tied into the story and where we were. At least that's what I feel. I don't really know why they wouldn't have her. I mean, I have theories, because that's what this video is. It's my theories. I wonder if perhaps they started making what would have been a trial, but we will now see as a realm. I wouldn't be surprised. So if we see an Alice realm, note what I called it. I feel like perhaps in the process of making a trial, it got too big, where they felt like it could contain a questline that didn't fit in with their idea of what the trial should be. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they want to motivate people to buy the DLC, which is silly to me because I think it's down the zone. I will say, regardless, I do hope we see some kind of Alice quest here when we do get her in the free content. Because Belle and Beast have quests here, Rapunzel and Eugene do, even though they aren't all characters that initially originated in the DLC. So I feel like it would make sense to have that. I don't know. There could have been a fun plot where they misled us on what blonde character we were looking for with Aurora. I think that would have been fun. I am curious and curiouser to see what they do with Alice when we do get her. But I'm definitely a little disappointed she's not here yet. Not just because I love Alice, but also because I think narratively she had such potential for this world and this DLC it's a shame. Either she was overlooked or she was replaced somewhere along the lines. But I will leave you to get on with your very own tea parties, whatever that means to you. Tea, snacks. I have a camel tea of honey in a Rapunzel mug. I don't have an Alice mug, but it's still associated. Short video this week. I have life stuff going on, but I just wanted to share my thoughts and see if anyone was thinking the same. Because it's a little weird, right? It's a little weird. I don't know. I've loved the Storybook Vale DLC Part 1. I honestly forgot that it was Part 1 of 2 at one point because there was so much to do and so much content. I'm looking forward to finishing off the stories and stuff I have in the time between Part 2 and now. I will be back, obviously, for the December DLC update. Free content, not DLC update. There's so many words. Help. With Sally. I don't know how I'm going to split my time between Findy, Nikki, and it. But regardless, I hope you have one rest of your day, night, whatever time zone it is for you. And keep on wondering, I guess. I know I am, and I know that that is the true Alice spirit. What am I saying? I don't know. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And I'll see you in the next video. If you like these shorter, more theorisy videos, let me know. I'm sure I can theorize on other things. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And if I think of anything else, I'll put it in the comments. Bye.